I am Jose Pino, CEO Botsuit. We come from Colombia. Presentation track the phishing evolution with Jhonathan Espinosa.
My name is Jhonathan Espinosa. I'm the CTO of Boxuk. Like Josepino said, we're from Colombia, and it's a great honor to be here in BSI's Budapest. I want to talk about Trape. Trape is a tool developed for us. If you want to help us, please share it in your social networks, in Twitter, in Facebook, with the hashtag TrapeTool, because all feedback, this is a new tool, and all feedback that you can get us is important for us. They are our sponsor. They made possible that we are here. Eagle Labs is a security info company in Colombia, a big security info company. And who we are. Bozuk is a startup in Colombia, and our objective is connect hackers with little companies, like Background, like HackerOne, but in Spanish.
Botsuit is the first speak Spanish bad bounty platform in Spain, in Latin America.
Who are Jose Pino and because and why it's important? Jose Pino is a important security research in Colombia and Latin America, recognized by large internet companies like Mozilla, Dropbox, Microsoft, Twitter, Mega, MailChimp, and all your work is around discovering vulnerabilities in important platforms. For this reason, he has all knowledge for launch this platform. And I always be a software development from C, C++, and now with Python. We meet in a security conference and create together Bozuk. What is Trape? Trape is a new tool for OSINT reconnaissance. We found different vulnerabilities in platforms around OSINT. That is a process I will be explaining after. And the main objective of Trape is test the people how many risks, how many dangers is or there are in internet sites. For example, phishing, for example, phishing, for example. So the main objective is test the people, teaching all the world how many risks there are in internet companies. For example, how many information can collect when you may click in some site, when you open your blog, etc. We launched Trape the last 31 October, and it was incredible because we have a very strong impact. You can download this tool. We have a community version on GitHub. You can download in this URL. And why is this important Trape? When we launched Trape, we have a high impact on social networks. Many important sites about security info talk about Trape because it was the first tool that integrate many techniques for collect information about an user. For example, the Hacker News, Shem Alonso from Telefonica, the Hacker News talk about us, Pentester Academy, all people and all beautiful women talking about Trape. When we launched Trape, people made your own videos. There are maybe 20 videos about Trape, and maybe 40,000 views in total. Next week, we will be in Black Hat Asia, showing our tool. So this is only one step of all our trade tour. We will be in, this is our first country. We will be in Slovenia, Singapore, Spain, Miami, South Africa, Guatemala, and Mexico, showing Trape and sharing all this information with all these people. Today I want to talk about bypass some origin policy. What is this technically, how it works, how we can classify a user through a service that people use, real-time browser, capture and control, how do you do that, social impact about phishing attacks, some origin policy attacks, and clickjacking attacks, and we will end with a volatile demon. What is bypass SEM origin policy? Bypass SEM origin policy is a process that tries to get any resource in a server, reading when the server made a redirection. For example, in this case, I have an image, and I just need to say in the code, hey, when the resource is led, please alert this. If there is any error, please alert this. But this is the important process. I have a target, I have a URL, but in the parameters, I have a redirect. So if the resource exists, the image load in the browser and there aren't error. But if there aren't sessions open, browser don't load the image and load the error. I want to show you. If I look the source, I will call a login in PHP. My source is this resource, but in the parameter, I'm query for favicon.eco. But if I have login, if I have a sessions on Facebook, there are an error, and he returned me the favicon. But if I don't have sessions, they redirect to login page. So this is the error. In this case, it says I'm logged in Facebook, and I say, you look, I have a session on Facebook, but when I close my session, close, and I refresh, not connect. Why? Because this resource, sorry, these resources don't exist. They can resolve this query, and when I log in, I have a favicon. This is the main, the basic principle of OSINT. This is the way that we can collect all information about sessions. What is the rise with the vulnerability in many platforms? The first and most important, the anonymization. What happened? Imagine, for example, if you have a credential on I don't know, dark site, for example, porn sites, you can discover if you had that session in these sites with this technical. Profilejacking. What is profilejacking? When you try to get the identifier from another user. So if you had many information about your victim, you can collect all information and make a precise and target a crosshair in your victim and make a more precise attack. Clickjacking, obviously, we will talk about clickjacking more, but clickjacking is when you may click in one site and people in background collect information about you, and obviously effective phishing attacks because, for example, in our country, there are many phishing attacks from the bank, from the transit, from the And so send you an email saying, hey, your case in Bank of America is expired. Please click in this link and upgrade it. So you say, hey, I don't have an account in Bank of America. Why they are writing me? So with these tools or with these technicals, you can make more precise attacks. And obviously, you can collect remotely sessions, reconnaissance, many platforms. For example, we have this little script. If I see, I have a Facebook account, I have Gmail account, I don't have Trape account, I don't have Medium account, Reddit, Etsy, Amazon. I don't have account in YouPorn, fortunately. I don't have account in PayPal, but I have an account in Facebook, Gmail, Messenger, Dropbox, GitHub, Twitter, Instagram. The problem is all these platforms don't consider this problem or this book like a important security problem. But imagine if I know that my victims don't have, for example, PayPal, but I don't disturb, but imagine that this is online. Wow, this is a very important victim for me because I'm a criminal. So there are many information. You can get many information, abstract, many information about these sessions. How I say, companies don't catalog the about as a security failure. Why? Because it's a normal process when you redirect a resource that is trying in login, but it's normal for the companies. In Bosuk, we talk with Facebook and say, hey, look, this is a problem. People can get information about your sessions. And Facebook says, hey, it doesn't matter, this is not a security failure. So you can continue using this bug in our platforms. Classification of behavior through service. How type of user are you on the internet? For example, and this is an important model. This is the first model. If you had just Facebook, internet people say that you are common people. This concept is changing because there are people that say that Facebook is for the young people, old people. But at this moment, internet companies think that if you have Facebook account, you are the common user. But if you have Facebook account and GitHub account, maybe you are developer. I don't know who are you, what's your name, but I can know if you are developer. Why? Because you have a GitHub account. This is the second model. And with this prediction model, you can know if I am, no, obviously, if I don't have social networks, I don't know nobody in the internet. I can say, I can be traveler, musician, publisher, marketer, and imagine this information in a publicity company. I don't know if you know a big publicity company that make money with our information, but if I can discover this information, for example, if you are a student, I can send you information about books, about discounts, about sales. If you are a photographer, I can send you information about cameras. It's it. What is the social impact? This tool allows you determine on the internet, on your near field, what social networks are using your objectives. For example, for a marketer, if I put this plugin, if I use this book in my site, I can say like analytics. For example, 86 of people that visit our site using Facebook. So I can advise on Facebook's advertising. For example, only 10% using Snapchat. So doesn't matter, put people using Snapchat because it's only 10%. And the most important, because an image is more value than 1,000 words, I want to show you Trape. The first version of Trape was created for console. So I just execute like rook. In this case, I can configure the port. Sorry, many small, better. I can configure the port that I want to use. And for example, I am using this site. Maybe you know this site, dailynewshungary.com. So I just with launch. I need my root password. I don't know if you know Ngrok. Ngrok is a great platform for make tunnels on internet. My token. I put my token of Ngrok. I want to invite you to know Ngrok. They don't pay us, but it's a great platform. And I had Trape. This is the first screen of Trape. And I want to show you that this is a shortened URL. And look, it's a diary. It's a newspaper of Hungary. A beautiful day. It's a great. But if you look the URL, and made phishing on the daily. I never get the resource. I can create real-time phishing attacks with all things. I can put, for example, Amazon, Google, Facebook, and he just take all resources of the site and put in our own server. But what happened when you are reading the news? In the console identify a user. A user has been connected from this IP address, and Trape, ASIC, and ID. And Trape is saying that these users that are reading the news in the News Hungary have Messenger session, Facebook session, Twitter session, have all these services. And at this moment, we have many information about the user, and the user thinks that only is reading the news. This is phishing. But what happened? I have, in Trape, we have a control panel. This is the way that see the normal user seeing the news. This is our control panel. So look, we have many users because we are testing before this talk, and we have one user online. Who is this user? He's a traveler. Why? Because the models. He is connected from Hungary on this date. Sorry, my computer is Colombian hour. It's online. This is the IP address. It's the first time. And if this is a Chrome in a MacOS computer, and I can get more details. Look, I have, sorry, this is my position. If you see, I never get the credentials for get my location. Never. And don't truck. Really, I can get you geolocation without your knowledge. You don't know, and it's very precise. It's a book on Google geolocation API. So I have the geolocation. This is a navigated in normal user. I can get information about incognito users. In your browser, this user don't have active, not done on track policy. That is very important. It's a computer for course, it's a macOS. This is a user agent. Normally that info. Their browser is Chrome. Just have 80 port open. This is our provider, our country, our city. This is the geolocation about ESP. This is a speed test. This is, at this moment, this is not my own speed. This is the speed test about the victim of the user that are reading the news. Their battery level is connected to the energy supply. How time is remaining? Wow, interesting. Address, precise address. It's only a Google API, but wow, I can go to this position and I will arrive in 3 minutes. And our task, I have sessions. So, for example, this, yes, you have information about how many sessions have, but you talk about phishing. So, click on Twitter. Look, it's loading, it's loading. I don't touch nothing, and it's loading. Wow, I have a Twitter page. If you look, we don't have SSL, but in the same server, but it's Twitter. And I don't have time to translate to, what is the Hungary? And what is next step? Hey, obviously you need some social engineering, but wow, I need to put my credentials in Twitter. Sorry, my Hungarian is very bad, but I want to put my user in Twitter. Please follow me. And my password. My password is this. So I believe that this is login. And wow, it's my Twitter account, normal Twitter account, SSL, good site. But what happened in the console? Look, in my console, my user, the page, when I made the phishing, my user, and my password. This is my password on Twitter, and this is a real-time phishing attack. You don't need to build like another tool. No, don't need download all resources about site and put in your own server. This tool made all work for you. I just put, hey, I want to work here. I want to work with dailynewshungary.com, and he copy all resources and give me all information. Obviously, user don't identify the difference because finally we are in the original Twitter site in Spanish because I talk Spanish, but this is my real-time site. For the user, nothing is happening, but for me, I have your Twitter account. I come back to the Daily News Hungary, and this is my control panel. This is my user browser. And for example, I can send alerts. Imagine this remotely server. Your machine is mine. Execute. Wow, imagine you are reading the news and reading this message. Your machine is mine. Wow, what happened? Or for example, not use, for example, a speech. Imagínate que estás leyendo las noticias y de un momento te llega un mensaje de voz. A mí me encanta. Sorry. Imagine that you are reading. Imagine that you are reading the news, and I love this voice. I love this woman. This is crazy for me. And you heard this message. Wow. The English is very well, but it's better than mine. and you are just reading the news. Finally, I can get information about many users. This is a test on Hungary, in the airport, another airport. And this is on Hungary. We arrived this morning, so we are working hard. And for example, obviously we have the log of all activity. And the social impact for marketers, for sellers, 82% of my users, my 11 users, have Facebook account. Wow, it's important effort advertising in Facebook. I have no interactions from 11 users, 9 sessions collect. And I want to show you, this is for example from a mobile in our hotel. So if I want to track this user, I need to go for this avenue, and 18 minutes I will go with this user. Fortunately, this app don't use this. Why is important recognize this information? I want to present you to Walter Rodriguez. Walter Rodriguez is from Argentina. He is a family guy, normal, but the last month, Walter Rodriguez, some guy is sending message. Here you call the grooming message for children, saying, hey, I want nude photographics about you. I want to see your boobs. And the daughter of Walter Rodriguez, she has 11 years old, received this message. Hey, I want to see your boobs. Obviously, Walter Rodriguez was hungry, very angry, and identify the guy. He has a meet with criminal, because this is criminal, and he killed them. Obviously, Walter Rodriguez is in jail because you can kill another guy. But imagine, for example, if Walter Rodriguez, because this tool not is for criminals, it's for made internet suffer. Imagine for Walter Rodriguez get more information about the guy sending messages to him children. Walter Rodriguez maybe can collect this information for the police, and in this moment he don't be on the jail, but unfortunately he don't know Trape. So the great lesson is if you have many information about your user, you can tracking this user. You can get more precise process. You can effort your advertising budget. You can get more protection about all rights on internet. For example, for finalists, many people see this message. I don't work for McDonald's. They don't pay me for show this logo. In social media, it's very popular to see this message. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm home and food these McDonald's nuggets. And for example, my uncle, my aunt, click. It's terrible when the people share this information, because when you are clicking in these sites, you can know how many information you are sharing with this guy. And you can know what they do with your information. So the main objective of this talk is, please be careful on internet, because there are many risks. Obviously, we need to pay our travels, our Red Bulls, our pizzas. So we are working in a standard version. The last version that you can download on GitHub is free. But we are working in a standard version, a commercial version, and we can connect with us about our channels. we will send in, wow, new user. Welcome to Trape. Who was? Ah, it's the first time. Welcome to Trape. Obviously, we are developing a standard version. We are sending upgrades constantly because we can contribute. We love the communities. We love help with all our knowledge, put our little knowledge. And you can get us GitHub, Basok, Trape. You can download the tool here. How I say, we are sending upgrades, we are improving this platform, we are implement new features. And please, send us your feedback about Twitter, about Facebook, in Twitter, in Facebook, in all social media with TradeTour hashtag. And thank you so much. You are incredible.